Time to relive a great moment in Kings history. This moment is brought to you by the all-new four-door, five-passenger Fiat 500L.
Game 3, 1993 Stanley Cup Final. Mark Hardy laying down the lumber. One of the biggest hits in Stanley Cup history, laying out Montreal's Mike Keane in the process. A crushing check. Pretty sure Keane's ears are still ringing. That happened 21 years ago tomorrow. Mark, does it seem that long ago?
It really does, yeah. It feels like it, too. It feels like it was 21 years ago. But, you know, we were down 3-0 at the time. It was actually my first shift of the game, and I wanted to try and get something going. And I wasn't thinking about the puck at that point. It was off of a face-off that Montreal had won, and I knew it was coming around the boards, and I knew Mike Keane was going to be in the way. And you know, I wanted to try and get the building going, and I wanted to try and get our team going. And I think we ended up tying the game 3-3, but lost in overtime. But you know, those are the things in playoff hockey, that the intensity and, you know, the pride. You want to sit in the room after the game and stare at your teammates and say, we went through a war together, and look at this, we're up first game in the playoffs, and that's what it's all about.
All right, so it was 21 years ago, but you really can remember that hit like it was yesterday.
Well, you know, it's funny. I went to the Winnipeg Jets development camp this summer, and I walked into the weight room, and Mike Keane was sitting in there in the weight room when I went in, and I'd never met him before. And I went to shake his hand, and all he said was, "Hey, great hit." And you know, he's just a great guy. We got to know each other while I was there at the development camp, and you know, the Jets are very fortunate to have him in their organization.
All right, now before the break, I was going to talk to you about the young guns, Toffoli, Pearson. We'll get to that in a second. Usually a man of few words, but each word has impact. And I think he pretty much summed it up. You know, he always remains very calm, right down the middle. Mark, you coach in the Kings system now. What is it about Sutter that makes him special?
Well, I think he holds his players accountable. You know, as good as Drew Doughty is, he doesn't want that turnover at the blue line. But because Doughty is such a special player, he makes a mistake, he comes back and scores that goal for the Kings, which is a huge turning point in the game. But I think Sutter holds his players accountable, and every guy is the same way. He treats every guy the same way, and he makes sure that his leadership knows this is the way we're going to play. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to make sure that we play percentage hockey, and we're going to stick to our system. And you know what? They end up winning again. So you got to believe what he says if you're one of the players, and I know the leadership believes in it as well. Before
we hit the break, I've got to ask you now. I wanted to talk about Toffoli, Pearson, the energy they bring, the enthusiasm they bring. And I'll ask both of you quickly to comment on that. How much of an impact does that make for this club, Mark?
Well, they don't even know they're in the playoffs. I can't believe the way these guys are playing right now. It's like it's still regular season. That these guys came out of the American League. They had some, you know, ups and downs, and now they're just playing like they're 10-year vets. And I think that has a lot to do with the leadership as well. And they need the young legs there after playing all these Series 7 games. The young legs out there do help out the other guys, and these guys are just playing like way over their heads.
And Jamie, when you were in the net playing, if you had two young guys like that playing in front of you, what did that mean?
Well, I think what you look at is they're good complementary players. They don't have to do everything on their own, but you put a great guy in the middle like Jeff Carter, and he brings out the best in them, and he allows them to even flourish and get better. And I think the skill level of both of those players is only going to get better and better. But I think Jeff Carter's a nucleus that allows them to continually have the puck more, put them in these great situations, and you know, they're a lot of fun to watch.
Two young players are great, but you have to have that veteran influence to guide them along. And of course, one of the veterans and a guy that makes the Kings go on defense is Matt Green. Mario is with him right now. Talk about impressions, overview, and what you saw in the game, what you expect next. Go ahead, Jamie.
Well, I think one of the things you look at is the Kings played their style of hockey, which wasn't pretty at times, but at the end it never got them behind. They just got to continue keeping it simple, like Darryl talked about, not giving up too much, not taking chances, to give a chance, and just allow themselves to continually throw pucks at the net, looking for tips or deflections, and keep the game in their favor, which is where they feel very strong.
It seems rather simple. Just put the puck on the net.
Well, when you take a look at it, when you got a goalie like Henrik Lundqvist, at the end sometimes you think too hard. Sometimes you try too hard to basically score. And if you just throw it on net, it goes off a leg, goes off a player, and could go in.
Mark, 20 seconds.
I think the physical part is going to pick up in this series. I think because the Kings are from the West and the Rangers are from the East, they haven't seen much of each other during the year. And they're going to build up some hate against each other. I think it should be for a really great series. So I'm looking forward to that.
Kings win Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Game 2 is Saturday. It'll be here at Staples Center. You'll be able to see the game right here on Channel 4. Should start about 4:10 after the Belmont. Then Mark, Jamie, and myself will be along afterward with our post-game report. Mario Solis will be in the locker room. So for everyone associated with our broadcast, thanks so much for watching, and so long from Staples.